then other than that, Watch Dogs Legion dropped. And
yes.
Oh my gosh, this game.
Really?
Yes.
I have nearly 40 hours into it already.
Oh, wait a second.
Since Friday?
It came out Thursday.
Thursday.
That's amazing.
You guys.
Ed, how I want your life.
That sounds awesome.
Well, and I spent a lot of time last night playing it while I was up watching TV all night long, watching results and stuff on the television. And while I was listening to it, I was just recruiting people to my team. And so I played it for hours and hours. And
you got to a cap, it looked like, too.
I did, yeah. 44 people you can have recruited. And
oh my gosh, that's so many.
And then they added more. Like when I finished a mission, they were like, okay, here's a couple more people on your team. So even though there was a cap, they could still add more to it.
So does it just look like a freaking Legos choose your adventure, like choose your main character? Like, because I remember you looking at the Legos like select screen and it just being like a mass amount of people. Does it feel overwhelming like that? Like 44 people seems like a lot.
That's
not at all, because I know who I remember who I picked. So in one area, if you are at a construction site, you're like, I've got someone who's a construction worker. I can go in, they won't be suspicious, and I can just waltz in and I won't alert anyone.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
In Watchdog World.
Yes.
What am I supposed to believe these guys are doing when I'm not using them? And do they just like snap into being a zombie when I do want to use them, or are they going about their lives and then they're like, get the phone call and they're like, hey, it's DedSec or whatever the thing is these days?
So I was at a construction site, not dressed as a construction worker, doing a mission today, and my spy, who's a construction worker, was at the construction site.
Working?
Yes.
Wow.
So you run into your contacts, your people on your team on the street.
You are kidding me.
Is it geographical? So like you've got like 5 people in this area, maybe like one person over here. You got this guy at the construction site. Like how does all of that work? Is it spread out?
For the most part, it seems to be that they hang out near the area where you found them when you recruited them.
Okay.
So one person that I recruited is like a bare knuckle fighter. He's usually on that block where this one bare knuckle arena is. He's like across the street sometimes, or he's hanging out there. So
yeah, they're trapped in their own AI loop that they do their daily lives.
Yeah. And it was not a lie. You can play as anyone in this game. And it's funny because you don't just go up and I want to play that guy. Yeah. You have to, sometimes you can, if you look at their information, you can tell what they feel about your hacker group. If it's got a thumbs down, they're not happy with you. So if it's a thumbs down, they give you a list of details about their life, and you have to find the one thing on that list. Okay, from 5 to 7 p.m., they're going to be here. Maybe if I go there, I can get them to like me. You go there, nothing might happen. Okay, well, from 10 to 11, their cousin is here. Oh, their cousin needs a favor. If I go do that favor for their cousin will. And it is, when you
start, my head hurt.
When you start the game, it gives you a list of 20 people to choose from to start as your first character.
Oh, really? That was my other question. I was going to ask, who's the main character and all this, but you choose from a list of 20? So it's not like a main protagonist, like, this is Desmond, or, that's Assassin's Creed. But you know what I'm saying? Wow.
It's just that your hacker cell is the protagonist.
And
depending
my gosh, that's brilliant.
That's cool.
That is brilliant.
Depending on who you're playing as, they're the character in the cutscene. I don't know how many I don't know how many times they had different people voice the same line, because you don't know who's going to be saying it.
Right. That was my other question. So, obviously there's going to be people. I'm so blown away right now. There's going to be people talented enough. I can do 2 characters max.
Right.
This guy and this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have very good range when it comes to like, hey, you play 7 different people. Yeah. And sound like 7 different people. I did have to do a job one time.
British accent too.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so 20 people all being the main character. Everybody, whoever out of your list of 44, they all can be in the cutscene.
Yes. And here's something else I didn't know going into it. I'm choosing my person, and someone, I can't remember who it was, says in the chat, that's not the same 20 people I got to choose from. It's random.
They're like procedurally generated?
It's randomized. Everyone, besides the story beats, no one will have a similar gameplay.
What?
Because it's like, so
I
I'm
have to
going
get this
in
game.
like it, to me, it's a Hitman game. You know, it's more a spy game than it is a
Right.
I mean, it's very Watch Dogs, but it's got a spy sensibility. You're sneaking in, you're using your little drones, and depending on what skills you've got, you know, I found a hypnotist in the street, and if I go up to someone, she can go up, snap their fingers, and they'll turn on their own team.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Wow.
incredible.
That's awesome.
I've spent so much time just recruiting people that only today did I really start doing main and side missions. So I'm 40 hours into it, and I've mostly just been farting around London, doing nothing.
Oh my
gosh,
that's incredible.
Is a campaign though? Like there is
Yes.
like a wow.
Yeah, there's a campaign, but it's like, you know, Tim, it's like Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. It's like, oh, well, there's this thing on the map. There's this little diamond I want to get. There's there's a thing over here I want to go get.
Okay, so let me ask you this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I played 5 seconds of Watch Dogs 2.
Yes.
Me too.
And I found myself overwhelmed by how much information was on the screen. And what I mean by on the screen, it wasn't like the map like we're used to with a Far Cry where you look at the map and you're like, holy crap, that's a lot to do. But I mean in the sense of where as I'm running around, there's so many lines going to so many things. Is it still that same vibe, or is it a little bit more reined in feeling?
It seems a little bit more reined. It doesn't seem... what's funny is that this is a newer game, but I don't feel like it's as populated as Watch Dogs 2 was.
Oh, interesting.
So you're not always like, you know, but there are a lot of... the enemy in the game is it's an organization called Albion, kind of like this, you know, militant group that's kind of taken over London. And so a lot of times you'll be running down the street and you'll hear, oh, no, help me, or get on the ground. And there's an officer harassing someone, and you can kind of give him a little zap, and the person will get up and run away. And then they'll all of a sudden be like, oh, hey, I like this group because they helped me get away from so-and-so. So I'm always kind of looking for something going on. I'm always trying to aim at something. I'm looking at drones, trying to summon a drone and have it do something for me.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. It's just been amazing.
So for those listening that haven't dove in yet, such as myself, what are some tips that you would say for putting together your squad?
You definitely want to get some range, some variety. They will every once in a while say, hey, there's a highly skilled so-and-so, I'll put them on your map, and you have like an hour to go find this person.
Oh, okay.
And get them. But definitely you'll want to, I think one of the early missions says, get a construction worker for this. You'll definitely want someone that has either a cop or one of the militant Albion officers.
Oh yeah. So you can recruit the bad guys.
You can, yeah. It's not easy, but you can definitely do it. You gotta hunt down their weakness and get on their good side.
Oh my gosh!
You know, for someone I had to sneak
intricate, man.
It is
crazy. Ugh.
I had to sneak into the police station and clear someone's file for one guy. For another guy, I just had to play him at darts in the pub, and if I let him win, he's on your good side. After a while, you play long enough, and I mean, after you recruit 44 people, you've been to the police station a few times, or they kind of have a basic, this is the warehouse map. They'll have like a couple different warehouse maps that it might be different spots on the map, but you're like, oh, I know the layout of this place.
Yeah.
So you do kind of see, they do use the same kind of settings here and there. But at the same time, if you've never been there before, there are collectibles all over the place to find while you're in there sneaking around. And if there aren't, I've been to this one before. I don't have to look around. I can just do my job and get out.
Wow.
It's so much fun. I'm loving it. I've had so many people hop in saying, I don't know if I wasn't really into this game just from the trailers. And after watching the gameplay, they're like, I think I need to get this game.
Wow.
So do you need 44 people on your team? Is that
no. No.
Do you need like 10 or do you need like 20?
You could get away with 5 if you wanted to. I mean, I was on a kick where I was just trying to recruit guys with banjos. So,
what does that mean? Were you going to start a band?
Well, I decided I was going to make a ska band. So I have a trumpet guy, I have a banjo, I have a guitarist.
Oh my gosh. Ska band. Only Ed would come up with a ska band in 2020.
I found another magician, so I thought, ooh, maybe I'll make a squad of magicians. So it's just...
Oh my God.
Watch Dogs 2.
Awesome.
I mean, Watch Dog Legion. Oh my gosh.
It's so much fun. So yeah, it's been a good week.
There you go.